More support for the rough sleeping and homeless communities, including redesigned accommodations meant to address privacy and storage concerns. Nearly $500,000 has also been set aside by the Social and Family Development Ministry to tackle underlying causes with the aim of housing stability. Now, rough sleepers are classified as those who spend the night in public spaces but may have housing to return to. In a single night count in 2025, there were nearly 500 of them. That's about 30 less than a similar count in 2022. Now, the demographics of rough sleepers have remained consistent over the two reports. Now, most were male and middle to older aged. More than half were aged above 50, and about half were Chinese. A majority was spotted at HDB blocks, followed by parks and benches, and around commercial areas. Now, in the 2025 count, a survey was also conducted with 128 respondents. More than 3 in 4 had been rough sleeping for more than a year. Half said they have medical issues or disabilities, and about 2/3 were also employed, ranging from full-time to self-employment. Half cited disagreements with family, friends, or cohabitants as the reason for them rough sleeping, and about 1/3 said they had issues securing or maintaining housing. 1 in 5 faced financial problems. What's interesting is nearly half said they had a place to spend the night despite their reasons for sleeping in public. Now, 4 in 5 have never stayed in a shelter, and of the remainder, 13% said they were unreceptive to doing so again. The lack of personal and private space was the top factor. Now, others include proximity to workplaces and having to adhere to rules and regulations.
Being in a transitional shelter affords them or really tells that or brings home that message that, hey, you're not in this alone. And we do want our rough sleeping friends to feel a sense of community, and not just for frivolity, but also for a sense that they don't have to traverse this path alone. There are social workers, there are fellow rough sleeping friends who are in the shelter together with them.
Access to social workers at transitional shelters is a key factor in helping those end their state of homelessness. And that's according to a study by the Institute of Policy Studies, or IPS. On average, those in shelters were twice as likely to transition to long-term housing compared to rough sleepers. Chloe Teo has the details.
43-year-old Amos Tan doesn't take the privilege of having his own bed lightly. He spent years on the streets after leaving an unsafe family environment, eventually moving into a transitional shelter after his case was picked up by a social service agency.
The only first thing that I saw, the bed is a very nice bed, and that's a very secure for me. When you have a shelter, it's totally different. So the difference is that you no need to headache like, wow, how my thing lost or no. So you got shelter, right? You have a fan, you have a place to sleep, then you could very peace sleeping. So you can wake up early in the morning, you can find a job.
At transitional shelters like this one, rough sleepers can share rooms with other tenants that range from different layouts, including a 2-person studio to a larger 6-bedder, of which the monthly fees range from around $75 to $100. There are also shared washing and cooking facilities. There are 7 such shelters in Singapore. 2/3 of the 730 beds are currently occupied. To increase take-up rates, there are plans to enhance privacy and storage space. A lack of these aspects are key reasons for rough sleepers not wanting to move into shelters. But at these shelters, there are much more pluses than access to these basic daily needs.
Every client that comes in, they will be tagged together with a social worker. And so the social worker's role essentially is to really understand what are some of the client's needs, and especially in the area of housing, and how to actually kind of support them to actually keep it sustainable for them when they go out in the community.
The IPS report also recommends having a central coordination body to handle matters like debt relief, work placement programs, and long-term housing support for homeless people.
You can't end homelessness. Homelessness will always occur, but long-term homelessness in itself is preventable. It is preventable by early interventions. It is preventable by also making sure that exits from homelessness are sustainable.
The Social and Family Development Ministry has also announced that there's a new $450,000 fund. It's for organizations to trial initiatives to help rough sleepers in areas such as medical and psychological support. Applications for the grant open in April.